Good night.
Fucking kneecapped you, my friend. Hey guys, Luton here. So I wanted to put out this quick update about Scriptum in case you hadn't seen it, that the play testing session has been extended by 24 hours. So it now finishes not on Monday, but on Tuesday at 9 AM. This is due to the sheer volume of interest this weekend has generated, and so that people can get a chance to try it if they were unsure before. I'll also quickly go over some of the most asked questions that I've had and that I've seen through the past 2 days of streaming. Okay, firstly performance, and a lot of people have been asking about this. One thing that's important to understand is that the game is still currently in basically a late stage of alpha, so various improvements and optimizations generally still have to take place. This whole session is a game test, although it's more public than it's been. So people talk about optimization a lot. To clarify for you what optimization actually is, it just means ensuring the game runs comparatively well on different system specs upward from the minimum settings. I think sometimes people assume that optimization, people use optimization really badly when they talk about it. They use it as if it's some kind of catch-all for like make everything work better. That's kind of true, but it's just about making everything work kind of, more balanced across every system. Now, because the game is still being refined a lot, that work is still to come. There's elements that have got to change there. There's things that they've spoken about how some areas of the maps in terms of foliage and trees are better optimized than others. So frame rates will certainly be variable right now. And if you're on a lower spec system, just be aware of that and that it will improve going forward. Now the classic, of course, is it more CPU, is it more GPU dependent? Well, because the game is kind of in a more ongoing state of development, neither is really the case right now. If you've got decent options for both right now, then all the better, but pretty much it's not one thing or the other really. Release date, it's not been stated yet. I think the guys wanted to release as soon as possible, but I think honestly it's going to be at least a few more months, and that's just my guesstimation with nothing to back that up. Now, game experience. I've seen a lot of you guys commenting and I've seen varying opinions so far, with people thinking this game is astonishing and epic, and others saying they've had bad experiences, struggling to get little, if any, team play. The important thing to remember is that many people playing this right now are brand new to the game, and as such a hardcore sim game like this, it can be really overwhelming for people in terms of what it is they're supposed to be doing and what is actually happening. I remember when I first started playing Arma, I had absolutely no clue what the protocol and what it was that I was supposed to be doing. So just keep that in mind, and keep in mind that also when something is new, like when you have like a temporary beta or stuff, not everybody wants to kind of focus super hard on what they're doing and the objective of what they're doing. Sometimes people do want to wander around and look at stuff, and that's annoying. It's annoying for me too, but it's just a reality that when you're doing a game test, not everyone is playing it like super hardcore focused. But if you can find a squad that are working together, or if your squad are not working together, then maybe try and jump in with some other guys. That's often what we try to do, and it often works out. Now, when it comes to game experience, you can get onto the Scriptum Discord and you can relay your thoughts to the devs. They're always really open to hearing about this. I'm going to be giving them my thoughts and experiences, as well as some of your most common thoughts that you've been putting forward to me, so that they can best decide on how to move forward, if they want to make any changes there, or if they need to adjust any game elements. They are more than open to doing this, and for example, when we were doing earlier play testing, there was one town which was a real big problem, and we kept explaining to the devs, like, you really can't come up on this town, it's very difficult, the defenders can just cut you down across the fields. There was never a good approach for us to get onto, and they actually changed a few things around on that town to make that work a little bit better. So they're more than happy to actually listen to people's feedback, as specific as, can you get to a town, is it too hard, and then they'll look at everybody's feedback and decide what to do there. Now last, I want to give some tips on how to get the most out of any gameplay in the next 24 hours if you're just kind of coming in. So firstly, communicate. Now this doesn't mean just communicate when your squad are, but if your squad, for example, are not talking, then get onto your microphone, start just giving feedback, giving communication, saying I see some guys here, asking for orders, where do you want to go? If you're proactive about this, and quite honestly it doesn't apply just to this game but in general, if you're proactive about getting onto your mic and talking to others, then they're more likely to join in as well, because they'll be like, oh, this guy's talking, I'll get involved, because they might have not wanted to speak because they thought nobody else was, you're sitting there not talking to each other. So get in there, communicate, you'll get your squad working better together. Next up, whether you're attacking or defending, try to stay together. Most games that I've been in, there are often new people who about halfway through start to realise that rushing off solo constantly really gives you little benefit and is actually often counterproductive. So stay with your squad. You're much more likely to get help from medics, and you can orientate enemy positions as well as providing each other with cover fire. In this game, staying together really makes a huge difference, how well your gameplay goes. Now lastly, and this might seem really obvious, try not to stand out in the open, or in general stay out of cover. It might seem an oversimplification and something that just isn't needed to be said, but seriously, only cross open ground when you feel very sure that it's okay to do so. Or if you really need to push a position quickly and it's your only option, you want to just roll the dice, then go for it. But otherwise, open ground in this game, as with squad, usually equals a fast death, so try to avoid it. Anyway, that's all for now, guys. Don't forget, 9 AM Tuesday, British time. That's when this playtest finishes. I'm going to be streaming some more of this game tomorrow, and I hope you're enjoying all of the Postscriptum content. Thanks for watching as always, guys. Drop a like if you enjoy. I'll see you next time.